welcome to Made at Home Taste Buds on a Budget series. Today we're going to have Becca Stackhouse from the University of Georgia. She's a Family Consumer Science Agent in Crisp County. And I'm Katie Cullum. I'm the Family Consumer Science Agent in White County with the University of Arkansas. Today we're going to talk about cheap tricks to save money at the grocery store. So one of my favorite tips is to ask for advice. Ask your friends and family where they shop or how they save money on food. I did this not very long ago and I learned some really good tips from somebody else. So ask for advice. Another thing is to eat before you go. Never go to the store hungry because you will probably buy more than you really need. Another thing is to check those flyers like we talked about last time. But this time look at those and see what really good deals that they have. Sometimes a local store here will have a 10-pound meat sale. That gets you in the door hoping that you'll spend more money in the store. But if you know that ahead of time, you can go ahead and get those great deals without spending a lot of extra money. Another thing is to use those coupons. But really, only if I get those coupons for things that you're going to use. It's not saving you money if you buy a lot of things that you don't really need or that you're not going to use. You can also use your phone and check store loyalty programs, check their social media sites because they may have some deals on there also. But you can also look for coupons on your receipts. At the store they may have peel-off coupons on the products or just signs around them. Hey, save money. I've gotten some really good deals that way also. Look up, look down. Things at eye level are the most expensive. Those food companies pay extra for eye level space at the store. So if you look up and down, you may can find some really good deals that are cheaper, but very similar to those name brands. So speaking of name brands, check out those store brands. I really like some of the store brands more than some of the name brands. So check those out because they're going to be cheaper. And even if you have a coupon, sometimes the name brand will still be more expensive, even with that coupon, than the store brand. So are you really saving money by using a name brand even with a coupon? If you like the store brand on that product enough, then you can still save money and not even have to mess with the coupons. A lot of people want healthy and they say, I just can't eat healthy on a budget. Well, you don't always have to buy fresh produce. You can buy canned stuff, frozen stuff. It's all fine because you're still getting the nutrients that you need. On fruit, canned fruit, look for the no sugar added or canned in 100% fruit juice. For the vegetables, look for no salt added or low sodium. On the frozen foods, you want to look for things that are plain, not a lot of sauces. The sauces add a lot of fat, calories, sodium, and that also adds to the cost. So the plainer it is, the less expensive, and the more nutritious it's going to be. And you can just use what you need instead of using the whole bag or the whole can or having to cut up lots of fresh vegetables. So that's why I really like freezer vegetables especially. Budget-friendly protein. Americans get plenty of protein. Most of us aren't lacking in protein. So choose some smaller portions. And you can beef up those small portions with some beans or peas. So a lot of recipes will call for maybe a 3/4 of a pound of ground beef. If you're like me, you just go ahead and use the whole pound because it's a lot easier. Well, instead of doing that, use half a pound for that recipe and put half in the freezer, and that way you have some more to use later. And then you can always beef it up with some more beans and peas. Another thing is to choose some plant protein foods instead of lots of meat. Choose beans, peas, soy products, nuts, and seeds because those will still give you protein and they usually cost a lot less. So maybe a meatless Monday. And here are some savvy swaps. Choose water or even milk instead of soft drinks or special coffees or teas. Tap water is free, and I can wash this and reuse it every day if I like. And instead of those sweetened cereals, you choose generic unsweet and hot cereals. This time of year, I love oats, or cream of wheat, those kinds of things. They're always going to be less expensive than the sweet cereals. And instead of cakes, cookies, chips, and snacks in those individual portions, choose fruit and vegetables in any form. So this is unsweetened applesauce. So I can buy a big container and just dish it out myself, or I can spend more and buy it already contained. But which one? This is going to save me money in the long run. This is more convenient. Again, think about how much you're going to pay for that convenience. Those dry beans are always an inexpensive source of protein. Swap those beans for all or part of the meat in the recipe. This time of year, a bean soup would be really good. And here's another little example. Chips. These chips cost about, or this amount of chips is about an ounce, and it costs about a quarter for all those chips. Now, and it's the same amount, an ounce of carrots is only about 5 cents. Now you may say, oh, but there's a lot more chips. It's the same weight, an ounce per ounce. You're going to get a lot more nutrition bang for your buck with the carrots than you are with the chips. You may see those and say, oh, those are going to fill me up. Probably not as much as the carrots are. So think about the nutrition bang for your buck and not just how much it costs. 25 cents versus 5 cents. So you can make some healthy choices with those swaps. Now next time we're going to talk about freezer-friendly foods, how to save money by using your freezer, and this is one of my favorite tips. Now I'm going to turn it over to Becca, and she's going to give us the vegetable stir-fry. Can't wait. See you next time.
Hi guys, welcome to this episode of Made at Home. We are making a veggie stir-fry. So we've got our olive oil and our green onions that we're going to add on our pan. We're going to add our squash on here. We've got some peas. Whoop. And we're going to add in there. Then I couldn't just find carrots that were frozen, so we're going to add some onions and celery to it too, since that was my frozen mix that I found. So that's all that. We're going to throw our mushrooms on. And then we've got ginger, salt, pepper that we're going to add on here. So our ginger is fresh ginger, and then we got salt and pepper. So we're going to stick it over here on the eye, and we will check back with it momentarily. Veggie stir-fry pretty much ready to be served. You could add a little chicken or leave it as a meatless option. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Made at Home.